Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to another bar by bar analysis here on my channel. Today is March 30th, 2022, and I still have this cold. I'm not sure what it is. It's made me feel very tired and stuff, but the grind doesn't stop. I love putting out these videos. I'm still trading during the day, and but I'm gonna crank out this video and then get some rest, and then just continue to rest up and hopefully get better so that I'll be just as healthy to trade next week. Today has been a relatively slow day. It has been somewhat hard to trade. Not that many setups that I found. I finished the day with 2 trades, but we'll go through the charts. I'll show you what I traded and we'll go from there. As we always do on this channel, we mark highs and lows for the overnight highs and lows pre-market hours, level of resistance, level of support. I saw we had a downtrend here at play. Prices cutting below EMA with a break. First move, second move to a new high. This downtrend's at play with a break, 2 moves out of this break and new low. So this downtrend has played out. At this point, looking for prices to react at EMA and potentially reverse and push back to the top side of the trading range that we have here. Now I start these videos at 8:30, but you can see after this downtrend played out, we had a first entry short, second entry short that failed with prices closing above EMA. We also had a new high, first entry long, second entry long. I wasn't trading at this time, but if you were up 15 minutes before the market opened, you might have been able to spot this trade and potentially get this trade to start off your morning. Those prices push up and then market opens at 8:30. Forgot to mention, but we do have that short-term trend with that break looking to make that new high, and that's what made that trade even more appealing. But prices give a strong rally above the EMA here. I did see this short-term trend in play as prices started to lose momentum, and around this area is where I recorded my live trade for the first trade I took this morning. So I don't want to give too much analysis because you could just go watch that video and see exactly what I was thinking live. But just kind of rushing through it here, we had this uptrend working up with that new high, break, attempt to make a new high. That's a first entry long. Prices push back down below EMA and come back up for a second entry, for a failed second entry long. So I kind of wish this bar was a little bit more bearish. I would have been more confident in entering short below this bar, but I hesitated. Realistically, you do have room to the bottoms of this swing here. So with this uptrend playing out, prices pushing strongly through the EMA, and then prices holding yet again as they come up to the EMA. Entering on an engulfing bar here was the safer trade for sure. Because I ended up missing this, I was looking for a lower high, and when this bar printed, that was our lower high. I had the feeling that prices were going to continue lower. I had the 5-minute chart pulled up next to me, so I was able to confirm how I was feeling. We do have a short-term trend working down with a break looking for a new low. There is a double bottom here that forms, but when prices came back up, there were just prices were holding at EMA. This bar was initially very bearish and then it reversed last second. And so I thought, well, that's not going to be enough momentum to push us above the EMA. I really have a feeling we're going to continue pushing down. And so I entered a little bit late, but the safe entry 100% would have been entering on this bar here. So more on this trade, you can look at my live video that's on my channel. I'll go ahead and add a card here at the top so that you have a quick link to it in case you want to see exactly how this played out. Prices continue to push down below EMA before reversing and coming back up strongly above the EMA. So what do we have? We had the short-term trend at play with a break move to a new low. This downtrend has played out. So now we're looking to see how prices are going to react as they come back up to the EMA and they cut straight through. We have a short-term trend working up as prices come back down. And what are we looking for? We are looking for a second entry long here at EMA, right? Because this downtrend has played out. We're looking for prices to come back up. That being said, prices kind of start getting these overlapping bars. You have this new low with a first entry short, prices pull up, second entry short if it triggers below this candle, and it does. So now you've trapped all these short traders trying to go short, but then you also have this new high with a first entry long, second entry long. I ended up taking this trade, but I skunked it. I ended up getting out of the trade because I got kind of spooked. I was in this trade, and when I started to see bars continue to overlap, I ended up getting out of this trade and I just broke even on it. When I look back, I probably shouldn't have been in this trade anyway, just because we're starting to get overlapping bars here, and this is just a bad habit that I need to break. I get too sucked into counting these legs and not seeing this congestion that's starting to form. Prices could have easily broken higher, came back to chop me out, and then just not a good place to be. So It ended up working out, but I'm not proud of trying to take a trade like that. Too many overlapping bars. It's an aggressive trade. Again, we just if we want to be profitable in this game, we need to stay away from the aggressive stuff. We need to just focus on the rules because that's ultimately how we get better. And we need to be disciplined and patient. And that's what I'll say on that. We had a break of the short-term uptrend looking for that new high. We get that new high before prices start to reverse and come back down. Now, when I start to see prices come back down, I did start to realize, okay, well, we could be dealing with a trading range somewhere here, right? We had this breakout and we could be dealing with a failed breakout. Prices could come back down to the lows of this range. So we have a new high with the first entry long. Prices come back down below EMA. I would be interested in taking a failed second entry long. And prices come back up to the EMA. There's our signal bar for a failed second entry long. We have a new high first entry long, second entry long looking to go short. We also have this downtrend in play. The next bar prints gets people sucked into this trade and then reverses back up. Now, I did not take this trade. I wasn't really paying attention to the chart at this time, but when I go back and I look at this, it makes sense. The trade makes sense. We had new high first entry long, prices pushed down below EMA, coming back up to test the EMA here. Again, I didn't take this trade, but very easy trade to get sucked into. I really don't think there's anything necessarily wrong going short here. I think this is almost something you have to enter because this failed breakout, right? We're anticipating for prices to push back down to the lows of the day, or I should say lows of this trading range. I guess some people could argue that we have this new low with a higher low and this one is slightly higher, but at the end of the day, you make decisions when you trade, you take calculated risks, and that's one I don't think you can necessarily avoid. I think even if you were to adjust your trend line to look something like this as prices are working down, then you have a break looking for that new low. I think if you had a trend line like this, you could be looking for a second entry. And I think that's actually what I had. I didn't have this short-term trend at play. I drew it off this first swing, and so we had that new low there. First entry short, I was looking for a second entry short. So that's what kept me out of this trade, and realistically, I think that's what could keep you out of this trade too, is we don't want to change the trend line just yet to accommodate the price action. We want to keep that trend line drawn off that first swing there. Price is holding neatly in, break, looking for a second entry short because we have a first entry short looking for a second entry short. That's going to keep you out of the trade. But yeah, a little bit tough, a little bit confusing. You have to make sure you're drawing that channel correctly in order to stay out of a trade like that. Because if you did have this channel like this, you have that new high, first entry long, second entry long, but you also have a break of this channel. You have a short-term trend line moving up. That's what keeps you out of that trade. You don't want to be going short there. So it's one of those things, the pattern makes sense, but when it comes to the context and our trend line, be very careful. Prices continue to pull up and out of this trading range, failed breakout coming back in. We have a new high up here with a first entry long and second entry long triggers above this bearish bar, but we're not looking to go short so far away from the EMA. We have a break looking for a new low. We also have, so we had that failed second entry long, but we're not looking to go short. We also have a first entry short, second entry short, but we're too far from EMA, not looking to go short there. Prices shake people out here before pushing back down towards the opposite end of the trading range, right? So price action works out there. We have a new high. First entry long prices come down. No way to enter second entry long, even at the bottom of this range. You kind of just have to let this move sit out. And the one I need to mention, the other thing that I started to do was I started to draw bigger channels, something like this. This is a terrible idea. You do not want to be drawing bigger channels when you're in these trading ranges because that's going to really mess you up. When you're dealing with a trading range, you want very short trends that move up, that move down. Some people could even argue that this is maybe a little bit too wide, right? Maybe you have this short-term trend with a break, move to a new low. This downtrend is played out. Now we're looking to go long. First entry short prices come up, second entry short, but it's too far from EMA to take a failed second entry short. So that could have been the mistake too. You want to draw very short-term trends. There's a short-term trend with a break, new low, move to a new high. We failed failed breakout. Now we're moving back to the bottom of the range. Prices move down. Nice short-term trend with a break move to a new low, finding the bottoms of this range. So be very careful about trying to draw big trends in these trading ranges. Just keep it short, keep it simple. We have a new low with a first entry short, second entry short. Now when I see this, we do have a short-term trend moving up, and I did not end up taking this trade. Again, these patterns are very convincing. We have a feeling that they're going to work out, but pattern only tells half the story. We have to understand the context as well. We'd be going short into the lows of this range. Yes, we're making lower highs, but we also have this short-term trend in play, and you'd be going short directly into the short-term trend working up. You have these bars to kind of give you clues where we were at the bottom. Prices pushed strongly above EMA. There really wasn't a lot of action here. These bars are down here. Prices push strongly above. We have to be very careful about going short just because we have a pattern that sets up and we have a nice signal bar. People would have been in this trade, and let's see, 1250 down to 1150. That's 1 point, 4 ticks of movement before prices come back up and stop people out. So when dealing with these ranges, those short-term trends are so important. Now, unfortunately, I wish we had some sort of setup, but I was sitting on my hands for a long time. I really didn't make any trades. I just found reasons to stay out of these trades. And on slower days, you have to be even more critical of yourself. And that can be one of the hardest things to do. But again, we continue to practice, we adapt, and we learn as we go. Prices make their way up to the top of this range before prices strongly push below EMA. And we've got no fighting here at the EMA. Prices push strongly below. We're looking for prices to work to the opposite end of the trading day, right? We're working towards these overnight lows now. Now, we're not necessarily looking for any trades yet. We want these bars to be closer to the EMA as it's working down. But as we have this break move to a new low, that's a very strong push low. So we have to be hesitant. We have to be very careful about what we're doing here. Now, prices push strongly below these overnight lows. With a move like this past the overnight lows, I anticipated prices were going to continue pushing down, and we have plenty of room for a scalp if we needed it. So I was looking for a second entry short up at this EMA, but it would really need to set up nice. And with the size of this move, I was even drawing bigger trend lines, something like this, because we're no longer in this trading range. We're really pushing down. We could have a bigger trend at play. And so we have a break of this trend line, and we do have a short-term trend working up. With the break of this short-term trend, looking for that new high, new low, first entry short, prices come back up above the EMA, second entry short, and this was the second trade I took for the day. Now, prices did close at EMA, and that's unfortunate, but with such a strong move down and this short-term trend working up with a break and new high, I thought it was worth the risk. My stop was 1 tick above this signal bar, and with the ATR where it was, I think I was going for 8 ticks at the time. So I entered, I was in this trade for just a bit. I ended up scalping out to the tick before prices came back up to form a double top here. Now, even if you were going for 2 points, let's say, you'd still be in this trade because your stop would have been 1 tick above this signal bar. So prices would have came up, scared you for a second before prices come back down, and then prices push lower through these overnight lows. Now, if prices had come and there was a little bit of fighting here at the overnight lows, I wouldn't have taken this trade because we don't have as much room. But look how far we push below these overnight lows. You have plenty of room, even if you were going to make a higher low here, which is exactly what we did. We get a higher low here, but you have plenty of room down to the lows, plenty of room for a scalp. And that's why I entered where I did. All right, so as we continue on here, prices come back down, but they don't push too far below these overnight lows. So there seems to be a level of support here as we continue to make higher highs and higher lows. So these prices continue to push up and they come back down. We have a new low, first entry short, potentially looking for a second entry short. The other thing we have here is a new high, first entry long, second entry long if there's a trigger above this bar. And I was thinking about going long above this bar, but the next bar printed and we didn't get a setup. We never got a trigger for it. So prices come back down before triggering after that. But with these overlapping bars, this is a congestion we don't necessarily want to trade in. So this was a red flag for me. I started to see these overlapping bars and I pulled my order out. I wasn't interested in entering here. But most likely I would think that we're going to push up above EMA as this EMA is starting to round out a little bit. So that's at least where I thought the market was heading. I just didn't know exactly how I wanted to enter this. Bars continue to form, all these overlapping bars. It's all messy. Not interested in entering in this. This is where you get chopped up. I also started to see, once we had a little bit of a swing, we have potential uptrend working, drawing this channel right off the swing, and prices continue to push up. And unfortunately, no way to enter this trade. Prices push back up to the top of this channel that we have drawn in before it comes down, looking for a second entry long. Don't get anything. Prices strongly push below EMA, and things start to get really choppy. Be worth drawing some sort of range in there so that we see it. And as prices push along, again, a higher high, you could even extend the range. It's just a continuation of that range. We had a failed breakout before prices pull back, still in this trading range, and prices chop up a little bit. We had that new high with the first entry long, second entry long close below EMA in the middle of range. Not interested in taking a long there. We also have new low, first entry short, second entry short here, but overlapping bars. Not interested in going short into the bottom of the range here. So we draw in these things to prevent us from taking silly trades. As hard as it can be to just watch the market go without you, we can't be entering silly trades. Prices continue to push up. New low, first entry short. The second entry short triggers all the way up here. So possibly looking for a failed second entry short to go long, but then prices start to congest a little bit. They pull down. We had that first entry long, prices pull down below EMA, potentially a failed second entry long if one sets up. Second entry long triggers, but not really looking to go low. We extend the range. We can even move the range a little bit higher. You'd be going short directly into this trading range, into the overnight lows. Prices have been continuously holding above these overnight lows. You don't have enough room. You're not interested in going short here. It works out, but it's just too risky. You can't be taking those trades. At this point, I was done trading for the day. It was very unfortunate. Really didn't get any setups here. But as prices continue to move down now, we could have a bigger channel at play. I'd be interested to take a second entry short. Prices come up, first entry short, and no second entry short sets up. We continue to break and make a new low. So this downtrend has theoretically played out because we had a channel at play with a break and move to a new low. Prices push back strongly above EMA by no surprise. First entry short, prices come back up. Second entry short, if we had a nice signal bar, I would have loved to go long back up into this trading range, but we never got that. Prices pulled back down below EMA, and that's where prices finished for the day. Even if you counted this new low, first entry short, second entry short, you're not looking to go short when prices have been closing above the EMA. So very unfortunate day. Really not a lot of setups. I took two trades. This one was an aggressive forced trade that I missed, and then this one, with prices closing at the EMA, you're technically trading into overnight lows. Yes, you have room. That's why I felt comfortable taking it. But if you're going for more than 8 points here, if you're going for like 10 ticks or 12 ticks, you would have been scared out. You would have been scared with this bar that pushed up, almost stopping you out before prices go exactly where you want to go. So another very slow, difficult day to trade. Really not a lot of price action, and it's the unfortunate part of trading is you're not always going to have good days. And I feel like these past few days really haven't been the best. But there is a method and a way of getting better, and we continue to adapt and learn as time goes on. I'm working on trying to develop some sort of checklist I can go through before I end up taking trades, just to keep me out of these congested areas where we had this second entry long here and then a potential second entry long here. These are places where people could easily get chopped up, and it's just best to stay out of that, let price action continue to work. I wish a better trade set up, but really there was nothing clean today. Hindsight is 2020. You can always go back and say, "Oh, I should have traded this higher low here. I could have gone long and gotten scalp and stuff." But in the moment, it's a lot different, and that's why I do these bar by bar analysis videos, is so you can see exactly what we're thinking about as prices continue to print. So, more videos to come. We'll have better days for sure. I hope that you guys enjoyed watching this video. If you like this video, please leave a like, subscribe, leave a comment down below. Let me know how these videos are helping your trading. And don't forget to turn on your post notifications so you know exactly when these videos drop. I like to drop live trades in the mornings if I get one to set up. So be the first to know about that with those post notifications turned on. And other than that, I appreciate all of you for watching. Thank you so much. More to come. Let's continue getting better every day. And until next time, thank you for watching.